right. All right. Let's get into our top story, which is, of course, U.S. sovereignty being handed over to the World Health Organization. And this happens in about 4 days, right? February 27th.
Right. So over the next few days, the World Health Organization and member states are going to work out the details of this intergovernmental negotiating body meeting that happens on February 27th. And what they're trying to do is hand over power to the World Health Organization to dictate policies for future pandemics. The Biden administration last fall released a statement with the WHO saying, we see the need for this. We like it. We think it's important. We're going to do this. We're all in. This is called the WHO CA+, so that's how I'm going to refer to it. All 194 WHO member states are going to allow the WHO the power to declare and manage global pandemic emergencies. That means they could mandate lockdowns. They could mandate vaccines. They could dictate vaccine supplies and distribution. And they can monitor and put in place surveillance of entire populations. I'm going to show you the language because I went through the CA Plus today that hands this to them. Here is what the draft of this treaty, because it's only in draft form right now. Here's what it says. Here's the vision, is that it aims for a world where pandemics are effectively controlled to protect present and future generations from pandemics and their devastating consequences, and to advance the enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of health for all peoples based on the basis of equity, human rights, and solidarity, with a view to achieving universal health coverage while recognizing the sovereign rights of countries, acknowledging the difference in levels of development among countries, respecting their national context, and recognizing relevant international instruments. So, okay, that sounds kind of nice, but it's predicated on the idea.
Wait, what part sounds nice?
I mean, the idea of like we all get equal access to medicines that we need. So
like, okay, sub-Saharan Africa that gets screwed, and wealthy countries get the medications, or they charge insane prices, or that sort of.
Well, we saw this happen during the monkeypox outbreak, because Africa has been suffering from monkeypox for decades now, and did not have access to vaccines. But as soon as Western countries have it, hey, here's some vaccines we can use. We've had it in our stockpiles.
And the WHO really already had that power during this last pandemic, because they were the ones censoring. If you had any kind of notice on the bottom of your video, it was going by WHO guidelines. And so they were demonizing drugs already that were alternatives to what's on the market. So it's already happening. They're just going to make it more official now, it sounds.
Right. Yeah, right. They would shoot down things that were more natural curatives, et cetera, in favor of biopharmaceuticals that would make billions of dollars.
Yes, and the idea.
Not to mention.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Not to mention that like if they go with the whole international lockdown routine again, how does that work for distributing then across borders? If it's all then going to be global, are they going to just have to build like in all 194 states, like the manufacturing for any kind of medication or anything that they would need? Because you can't lock down the borders and restrict international travel and then freely distribute what's needed to 194 countries. It seems like
they do address